Good evening, ladies, gentlefers, and my lovely enemies. We are here live in Montana and Treasure State Arena, where we're opening up the FBA season with the Montana Howlers. The Montana Howlers. We're going up against the Winnipeg Voyagers. And to my right is Ryan Eastman. How are you doing, dude?
Doing excellent, Marcus. I was enjoying my summer vacation, but I'm glad to be back and ready to get started in another FBA season. This is my 10th FBA season, in fact.
Yeah, for sure. And it's been such a blast being able to, cast with you over the years. And even though that vacation was nice, it's very short-lived as this season continues to go nonstop, as we finally get a chance to start off this season right here between these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, we finally get to see what the rookies can do now out of the preseason. I like to joke that the preseason is not even a warm-up because, teams they're keeping their playbooks close to their chest. They're not really playing the starters that they're going to be starting. So you really don't know who's going to be the main focus for each team as the season starts.
Yeah, for sure. And plus, with a lot of movements that have been happening throughout the league, obviously these two teams are not entirely the same as they were from last year. And it's going to be interesting to see how everything meshes together. But as we go ahead and say that we do see some of the players, go ahead and line things up to get things started. And we do see Winnipeg winning the tip-off here in the opening quarter. As we get things started, see a quick pass over to Martineau, and now pass it over to Baxter, one of the newcomers here for the Voyagers. Now we see have a quick mid-ranger, and it's not going to be good this time, so the Howlers probably got a chance to strike the first dagger here.
Now the Howlers also, you're talking about, they haven't had much of a change. And big block, sent out of bounds. Gonna stay with Montana. But Montana is starting pretty much the same five they had last year. I mean, their biggest acquisition over the offseason was signing Dennis Summers, but he's coming off the bench. Besides that, obviously they had the rookie signings, but the main five core from last season is who we have here tonight starting.
Yeah, right now we have Blackburn going for three here. It's going to be in and out, but Callum Williamson is able to get the rebound, gets blocked again there. I believe that the block came from Weatherby. So it will still be Montana's ball.
Yeah, only 14 seconds less than 14 on the shot clock. And three chances, three misses. Winnipeg, can they answer back with a quick play of their own? They can from the rookie. The Rabbit laying it up and in with a quick, fast break.
Yeah, and it's very rare that you get to see a lot of rookies coming in with their first start, and Hallie doing a really good job opening up, and Lavoy Williams trying to hit that three ball, and it's no good.
Yeah, I mean, I keep an eye on how the rookie does. Obviously, being a high draft selection, there's a lot of pressure put on them to show up, and I mean, not to say Winnipeg's bad, but they've been in a division that's been a very tough division for them with Montana and Dakota. Not just counting Edmonton, I think they've gotten better over the past season.
Yeah, it just seems like that's kind of been the theme for this particular division, as these division rivals are finally tying things up to a piece with 10 minutes left in the first quarter. See a quick pass to Martin, who goes for three, and it's going to hit the side of the rim.
Yeah, and Malcolm almost pulled it down, but couldn't hold on to the ball. Pangolin losing it with two defenders around him. I mean, the heart and soul of Winnipeg is Malka. I mean, you can talk about Francois. He's been on the team a while, but Malka's been there his entire career. Lavoy Williams can't get the three to fall. That's the second miss for him outside.
Yeah, but now Weatherby with the board. Malka, speaking of, trying to get a basket, but does get his own miss and will draw the foul. And that'll be Blackburn's first.
Honestly, a little bit of rust for, I think, both teams, unless the defense is just being that good, because 5 points scored in 2.5 minutes is we're not on a great pace here tonight, Marcus. That's all I can say.
It is definitely more of a grind between both of these teams.
I mean,
You know, we're here
6
for
points
opening
now.
night at
A little bit
Howlereen. a little bit. LeBoy Williams again trying to go for that 3-ball, and it has not been hitting. So we might have to see some adjustments here from Montana, as they've been getting those open looks, but it has not been hitting down tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's concerning if you're Winnipeg, because you're leaving someone open. LeBoy Williams, not the best 3-point shooter on the team, but you should expect to make a few of those. Be afraid if Callum starts getting open from the arc. No, there we go.
Yep.
If you can't hit it
And
from beyond the arc,
Williams.
dunk it down.
Woo! And that's a great way to get the fans up and pumping here.
I mean, after 3 misses, you got to do something a little different.
Yeah, you got to go ahead and make a little bit of magic here. As Kevin, we're going to try to get into the paint. Will do that, but not going to get the miss as Ross gets the board.
Oh, block there. Ooh. Another block. That's 3 blocks already from Winnipeg.
Yeah, Winnipeg doing a very good job defensively in the paint, making it very tough for them to try to find any kind of open lane. And if they do, it gets closed up. And
I think they passed it off of Weatherby there. Weatherby got a bit of a paw on it, didn't even get the ball past the inbound line.
Hey, it gives you a chance to reset a possibly. And oh my goodness.
I see what they're going for. They're going for the play under the basket, but Weatherby's a little too big. You got to change it up.
Yeah, they're going to have to find another opening, and they will do it with Andy. Hand it over to Lavoie, and a lot of passing right now for the Howlers. As Williamson going for the long two, but it's going to be in and out.
Difficult, and Martin, you're going to step in off the fast break. Again, Malka cleaning it up and putting it back. He's put up the bulk of the points for Winnipeg early here. I mean, dangerously getting close to the halfway mark, and we might not see a double-digit score. Is an alley-oop attempt. Oh, the early season, I don't even call it jitters, but, you know, out of sync. They're not firing on all cylinders right now. Very out of tune.
Yeah, especially when you're looking at the Howlers, which you could probably say is a little bit odd, especially with the starting lineup, as Williamson tried to go for a 3, but again, no good. Seems to be a little bit over-reliant here on the 3-ball in the early going. And Winnipeg looking to try and extend this lead. We haven't really seen a 2-possession lead quite yet, as Martin looking to change that right here, and will do just that.
Yeah, Montana was trying to play the 3-ball early and just hasn't found any success, but there you go with Winnipeg in the first one of the night. And of course, timeout from Montana. You have to, something has to change, whether or not it's, it seems like LeBoy Williams, they're trying to put a lot of the focus of the offense to run through him. It's just not working right now.
Yeah, for sure. It'd be good for Montana to probably utilize a lot of players, but we are going to see Cross. And go over to Andy. And Williamson going for that 3, and this time it is going to go down.
Just need a second to catch, you know, recenter themselves.
Yeah, right now, Weatherby getting blocked there from Blackburn. So now we're starting to see the momentum try to pick up there, but gets shoved again. Montague with the block. This time, seeing some fast breaks here as Weatherby is able to get the mid-ranger.
Okay, why couldn't they have called timeout earlier? Because apparently the offense was locked behind the DLC called a timeout.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's because of the fact that they probably weren't really quite prepared for the game plan, as how it is for a lot of first games going on tonight. So people are still trying to figure themselves out, trying to study the tape a little bit, as Williamson will go on the line for 2, making the first one.
Well, at least they're both on track to maybe hit 20 before the end of the quarter.
Yep.
Oh,
that's pretty good from the early. Ooh, another foul being there for Blackburn. That'll be the second one.
Yeah, the Timberwolf has to be careful, drawing 2 fouls already, expecting to get sat after this first shot.
Yeah, honestly, this is probably around the time where we're going to see a massive change to the second unit for both teams, as Weatherby will be missing the first one. We'll see if the second one goes down here, trying to cut the deficit down to just 1 point. And that will happen. Oh, excuse me, extended to 3 points. My apologies. But they will. We'll see here as we do see some of the second unit come in as Garena Jr. Passing it up over to Cross. Cross gets the screen. Going for that 3 ball. And it's going to be good. So with that, we are tied up 12 apiece with about 5:30 left in the opening quarter.
Oh, Weatherby!
Weatherby!
Great
Weatherby
dunk.
shutting things down very quickly there. And now Williamson trying to do the same thing with a dunk of his own.
I mean,
having a little anything you can do, I can do better with that one.
Well, I mean, the rim maybe bent a fraction of what Weatherby did. I think Weatherby had a little bit of an advantage of, twice the size of poor little Callum, but the Wallaby did his best.
Yeah, but right now, Winnipeg did extend the lead in that last possession. So, Weatherby intercepting that ball. Weatherby's having a really good opening quarter right now. As Martin hands it over to Malcolm. Malcolm with a quick dunk. So right now, some good fast break points to kind of open this up just a little bit here. Right now, the longest lead so far has been 5 on Winnipeg's end. Now, Iana trying to look for an opening.
Oh.
She goes ahead and weaves, but gets blocked.
Tried to do an under the basket play, and defense came over and helped out there. And he said, Winnipeg a chance to extend it. Oh, good defense, good active pause down low in the post, stopping in a fast break the other way, and one opportunity.
Oh. Yes, we get the classic old school 3-point play, as I'd like to say.
But now you just jinxed it. It's not going to happen. See what you did?
Oh, okay.
You have to wait, Marcus. We've gone over this rule.
I said going for the old school. I didn't say that it was a guarantee.
But you jinxed it.
Well, it is what it is. Things happen here as Dennis has it over to Garena, and seeing him coming off the bench for the first time. Yeah, right now, both teams really fighting hard here in the later part of this first quarter. It's Francois trying to find a way to get into the basket, but pass it over to Lynn. Lynn brings it up, and it's good. Timeout. And we are going to see a timeout here from Montana. And they're trying to get a discussion of trying to see if they can find any way to cool down Winnipeg, especially with these fast break points, which has really been the key factor here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, goodness, the scoring rate has finally, woken up. The car, someone turned it on, started the engine, figured out what's wrong. I didn't think we were going to break 20, and we've done that, and a chance for both teams now. Good elevation off the bench. Field goal percentage there is a little bit lower for the Howlers than you'd like to see, 8 of 21.
And I think it's mainly because they haven't been able to capitalize those second chance opportunities.
Well, that game blocked so many times.
That as well, and now we have the Howlers have a chance to possibly take this lead, but it's not going to be good this time as Lynn gets the board.
Yeah, Gail had a second opportunity there to get her second basket and not able to get it down in the fast break.
And now Atwood handed it over to Lynn. Lynn decides to go for a mid-ranger, and it's not going to be good as Garena gets the board. And then Garena trying to go coast to coast and will do just that, and one, and the Howlers will take the lead.
Okay. You want to say anything, Marcus?
Good job. Old school 3-point play, and it's good.
Montana, is this their truly first lead of the night? Oh, big block from behind.
Goodness,
poor
right
rookie.
now Garena doing everything that he can over to the bench, and McCartney is able to go ahead and deliver that finishing blow as now they find themselves up by 5, their biggest lead of the night.
Yeah, Mark with that huge block against from behind, but now Toivonen down low in the post is able to answer back with a quick play off the glass. And under 90 seconds to go in this first quarter, now Montana that wants to build a lead here to end on a high note.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, the second unit of the Howlers doing a lot of magic here. We'll see a quick pass over to McCartney. McCartney is not able to get it down this time as Toivonen does get the board. See a quick pass to Lynn with the mid-ranger, but it's no good.
Oh, Summers.
And now we're seeing another alley-oop opportunity, but Summers will draw the foul as the defense was there to intercept, so we'll see if Summers going to make both. First one is good. And Summers will get the second one, who has been the journey for these past few years, have been on a variety of teams since coming into the league.
I mean, what? It was Vegas and Arizona, then Baltimore, and now Montana?
Yep.
Oh, big block.
So a lot of changes happening. Ooh. Huge block from behind, and now Winnipeg looking to try to answer back, but Toivonen is able to draw the foul against Garina Jr. That'll be his first personal. Or no. Toivonen not able to make the first one.
Well, I mean, ending up on Montana, a team that's, you know, pretty regular not finalists. I mean, yes, they've won 10 championships, but pretty regular playoff contender. So not a bad place to end up, but I have to see if he's stuck on the bench for the season, or if he might be able to find his way into the starting lineup. You know, he has plenty of starting time between all the teams he's played on.
Yeah, 100%. And that's going to be something that has been very key for Montana, is really kind of bolstering up their guard depth this year. So we'll see how that comes into play as Montana will go ahead and bring it up here in quarter number 2. And Mark laying it up and in. And right now we do have the biggest lead, I believe, in the game in its entirety, with the Howlers up by 6.
Ooh,
see a quick
the
dish over to
rookie.
Buckhoff, and woo!
Arctic Fox able to get a little nice finger roll there.
And that's going to be interesting how the rookies come into play here in their first minutes of this game. And ooh, seeing the ball getting stripped there by Victor. Victor possibly going coast to coast, but an early mistake trying to pass it outside, and the miscommunication there. So you really don't want to be seeing here. And now the Howlers looking to possibly extend this lead once again.
Well, and again, being fair to Winnipeg, they arguably have a nice
Ooh.
long-range shot there from Mark. As I say, Winnipeg arguably has the most changes team-wise, team composition-wise, compared to Montana. So they're going to probably have a bit of a rougher start to their season as they try and get in sync and develop that chemistry that other teams will have more readily available from the start of the season.
100%, and that's really going to be the key factor, is how well are you going to mesh in the early goings of the season? That's what it's going to be all about, because there are a lot of games here in the FBA with 80, but it's a very momentum heavy league. So the faster you guys get into sync, the better your chances are of possibly not only making it to the playoffs, but also maybe making a run.
Well, not just that, you're playing tonight against a division rival. So, you know, you're going to be playing this team a whole lot this year, and you want to rack up as many wins as early as possible to try and get that division clinching playoff spot, especially a top 4 seed. You see a nice little double move there to get to the paint. Good job from Summers.
Yep, and now with that, we see our first double-digit lead, and that is, as soon as I said that can clean up real quick from Toivonen. Another journey for amongst the ranks, and Mark laying it up and in as well to bring that back up to 10.
So we had the nice smoothness from Summers, and then the absolute physical aggression from Toivonen. Two very different play styles there.
Yeah, for sure. And we do see a quick timeout. I believe that was the Howlers timeout. Oh, the Voyagers timeout, excuse me. So first timeout going over to the Canadian team. We'll see what they come up with on the game plan here.
See a double-digit deficit.
Over to I.
It's been all Montana this second quarter.
For sure, and they got to think of something as Malka did to go one-on-one with Caribou. Will not get it done. Oh, excuse me, with going up against Garena. Now cross. Trying to expand on this lead even more so. Get a nice screen, going for three, but it hits the side of the rim. And now we see Leonards finding their way into the paint, going for a quick lay-in. So with Winnipeg down by 8, trying to see if they can get a stop here, and Swindon wide open for 3, and that's going to be all day, every day.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in the first quarter, we saw Lavoy Williams not able to hit that, but Winnipeg leaving too many openings on the perimeter. Gonna start hurting them now as, ooh, looked like there was about to be a chance for a putback dunk, but defense able to pull down the defensive rebound.
Now with Montana up by 11, lead extended again, but this time it's not going to be good here as I does get the board. Baxter coming back on the court. So a lot of passing over here from Winnipeg's end. Malka has it. Right now, Winnipeg trying to find a way to get into the paint, but not a lot of time left as Malka have to go for a desperation shot, and it's not going to be good.
Fast break the other way.
Oh my goodness.
15 points for Mark tonight. Dang.
Coming off the bench as well. That is something you would love to see here, as Montana really taking full-on control of this game since the start of the second quarter. And we see another miscommunication here from Winnipeg.
I mean, they're lucky to come away with a miss there, as Montana's just been stepping on the gas. Fast break, and that's how it's come down to Toivonen just to get into the post and use his physical gifts to just bully it in and dunk it down.
Yeah, and that's something that they will have to rely on, as the second unit of the Howlers have been the major answer, more specifically Mark Garena. So Eric Toivonen has to kind of match that, but we see another shooting foul, as they will call that against Buckley. So we'll see Swindon going for these 2 free throws, and the first one's going to be good.
And Toivonen's gonna get a chance to rest a bit. Malcolm coming back in, I believe.
Yeah, and Swindon hopefully get the second one. And it will be clean. No Cash's curse here.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to put a lot of pressure on a rookie, clearly. See if they crumble. I mean, hey, you know,
well,
that's when you get to the finals, you know, your rookie year. And good three from Ide from beyond the arc. Bring it back to a double. Well, it's 10 point.
Yeah, much needed 3 to try and make this a little bit more manageable, but they do need to get a stop here, as Lavoy Williams is back on the court, along with Williamson. A lot of passes between the two, and we see another foul being drawn there. This time it'll be against Malka. First personal foul of the game, so you're not going to worry about him too much.
I mean, I saw him apologizing for, you know, the contact.
I mean, isn't that usual for the big guy?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen Malka get ejected from the league. Has he ever been ejected from a game? That is a stat I want to know.
I don't believe so. I mean, there may have been a couple of like possibilities with the fact that his, his shell might have knocked a couple people out a couple of times in the paint, but I don't think there hasn't been anything like malicious.
I mean, I think I heard him curse one time, but that caused the ref to faint.
Whew. Yeah, you really don't want to get that goalie mad. And we see an interception there from Roth. And we see a quick pitch to Lavoie, and Lavoie will make that all day, every day.
As long as it's not in the first quarter. Look, I have to remind, 3 in a row they started with misses from beyond the arc. Yes, I'm glad to see them hit from there. And, the rookie trying to get one back. Not able to. But finds a lane. Oh, back to Buckley. Okay, another miss. I can't get excited, Marcus. I'm not allowed to.
I mean, hey, we're seeing these plays develop as it goes, and we see a quick layup there, once again there from Andy Roth. And so far, the Howlers are just in cruise control so far in the second half.
Second quarter. Unless you're seeing the future, Marcus, let me know if you are. I need to know so I can put my bets in.
And right now, Francois Martineau able to get the 3 down.
I mean, that's who I want to see getting 3-ball going. He's been with this team a long time, and he's been the reliable shooting guard for them. And with, a rookie point guard, having a reliable shooting guard you can just dish the ball out to is so important, especially when you drive to the basket.
We will see that the Howlers will call a timeout here as the Voyagers are getting a little bit of a run going out of these back-to-back baskets. So trying to change up the momentum just a little bit. So now the Howlers looking to extend that lead once again. And
block.
We had a nice block there. Woo! And so we could see the momentum start shifting here, depending on what happens as Buckley goes for 3, but it's in and out.
Yeah, that was a little tough. The defense was on him pretty quick, not as open as he looked. That was a dangerous pass cross court.
Yeah, for sure. And now Williamson trying to get into that paint again, but it's stopped there by Martineau. Now Kevin hands it over to Leonard. He's got it very well, but gets by his defender, and it does go in.
I mean, it's very hard to keep up with the speedy rabbit like that. Leonard's able to dish down in the paint, and Blackburn in the give and go, dunking it down, getting the crowd excited again.
Yeah, with under 3 minutes left, Howlers up by 12. Hands it over. Leonard again for 3. No good.
But that was a good play design. You saw how open the rabbit was there. He's going to hit those more often than not. So Winnipeg, stay taking those smart shots and they will start to fall. Montana, you have to be better about getting off the screen. You're at least on that open. And speaking of turning the ball over down low in the post.
Unforced turnover here by the Howlers. That's not something you want to see if you're a Montana fan. But to kind of, do a little bit of devil's advocate here. This is a rookie we're talking about, so they're kind of daring him a little bit here to try and see to make those shots and force us to actually contend those more.
I mean, yeah, there is a little bit of that. Martineau. Back within 9
can't really
now.
leave Martineau open. Yep, you don't really want to do that with Martineau though.
Now you can't leave the good boy open. He'll hit those threes. And Lavoie again, they're struggling off these drives to the basket. The player off the ball is driving and they're finding passing lanes. They have to do better about blocking those off.
Evan Buckley going for 3 here, and we're seeing it rain here in Montana by the team in Navy.
That if you technically, an opportunity here, but if your opponent scores 2, you can score 3 and you'll catch up.
Yeah, they can only go into the paint for so long, and we will see an old school 3-point play opportunity for Summers. We'll see if he completes it here. And he will do just that, keeping it clean.
Well,
for
more
the
important,
Howlers. Up.
I was gonna say, the important thing is it's back to almost, 10-point, double-digit, single-digit like barriers. Buckley gonna clean up the miss. Back to 9.
Yeah, and that's something that they will have to take advantage of. It looks like the Howlers are slowing down a little bit in the paint, getting a little bit lackluster. So those second chance opportunities are going to be key to bring him back into this. And Lavoy getting blocked there. And Andy trying to clean things up with a 3, but misses. Now the Rook. Hands it over to the vet and Martineau. Hands it back to Leonard. A lot of passing between the guards. And we'll see a miss there. But Leonard's able to clean it up with his own. The rookie. Getting that quick mid-ranger. And so far, 8 points in the first half. You really got to like the shot selection as well from the rookie.
Yeah, especially off that, missed shot attempt to be able to pick it up, collect it, and take a quick shot back. New Winnipeg a chance. Final shot of the quarter. What can you do here? They're going to give it to the rookie. Long 3 and almost good, in fact.
Almost good. They really want to get Hallie into the groove in the early goings in this season. Seeing a lot of opportunities go his way as we do end the first half here with the Howlers still having a little bit of a cushion, but you can feel the momentum swinging a little bit as we enter into halftime.
I mean, the momentum was entirely in Montana's court until the final 2 minutes when Winnipeg started to close that gap. And it's now a question of what can they do in this, short break. What adjustments can they make so they can come out in the third quarter and finish this comeback? I mean, they were down by 15 at one point. I think was the largest score differential.
Yeah, I think the biggest lead that the Howlers have had is 15, and I believe it's down to
7.
No, 7, excuse me.
I know, Marcus.
As we go ahead and
we're back to school, back to doing math. I know.
Hey, it's okay, but we are going to go ahead and get into the stats here for the first half, and it has been very interesting to see between these two teams. I will have to say the bigs on both sides have been doing a very good job, especially Garina Jr.
And you see a lot of threes coming out from Winnipeg. I mean, obviously, even down to Blackburn, he's able to stretch the floor. One of those big furs that can absolutely destroy you from beyond the arc. He hasn't taken many opportunities, just one, but missed it. But to your point, Mark, the main scorer for the team, and coming off the bench and doing that is impressive.
100%, and honestly, you would love to see any player coming off the bench really starting off on fire like this is all you could really ask for. And with the fact that things have been picking up for the Howlers, the starting lineup, that's why they've been able to have as big of a lead as 15.
Yeah.
Now,
I would say Williamson, playing a bit of a hot potato, looked like. I don't think the ball bounced much there.
no, not at all, and it ends up coming empty here as Winnipeg looking to try to continue the momentum that they have gotten at the end of the first half, but no dice there. And now Lavoy going for a quick 3 on his own, but it's not going to be good.
A little too rushed there, but Buckley, fast break the other way. You don't expect the Beaver to get that much head underway, but he had a full court to be able to build up that steam.
Yeah, looking at the field goal percentage, it's been pretty even Steven between both of them. Around 45, 46 respectively as Lavoy Williamson.
I thought that was Callum.
Well, Callum Williamson, my bad. Yeah, Callum Williamson.
You merged the two together. I know it's a little problematic when we have a Williams and a Williamson on the same team.
No, for sure. And right now, another opportunity to possibly get it back to a double-digit lead as they're up by 8. And right now, the Rook having to go for a tough shot here, but it's not going to go down this time. Blackburn with the board. Good defense there from the Howlers. Cross. Trying to get into the paint, but instead, we're dishing it back out beyond the arc. As Cross has to do something with it. Liana, mid-ranger, no good.
Looks like Montana's going more to an ISO set this quarter, as we've seen a couple now where they've just let the guard have the ball and try and drive. And help defense coming over. No good.
Yep, Malka not getting the bucket this time is right now Liana trying to get into the paint, but instead this is back to Blackburn, who goes for 3, in and out.
Hey, he didn't collect the ball fast enough there, and the defense was able to close in a little bit. Oh, Williamson, good passing lane coverage, and now fast break to Roth the other way. That red-tailed hawk is going to elevate for a dunk, putting it back to 10.
Yeah, back to a double-digit lead here for Montana. We'll see how Winnipeg answers as the Rook. Try to go for the mid-ranger, but it gets picked up by Weatherby, but will not be able to get those second chance opportunities, and you need those, especially when you're down as much as you are, to prevent things like this from happening.
Yeah, it's the fast breaks that have been killing, I think, both teams. You know, I think Montana's done a bit better job adjusting to the pace, whereas Winnipeg still, I think, is a half step behind Montana, especially in transition.
Yeah, right now, Francois hands it over to Buckley. Buckley trying to go for a step back mid-ranger. It is not going to be good there as Andy does get the board.
Oh, the
Rook I was trying to see. Look at alley-oop pass. Almost intercepted there. And the Void going for 3. But it's not going to be good. So that was going to be empty here after a little bit of a scare. And we see another dish into the paint, but this time Montana is able to go ahead and clean things up.
Well, this time Blackburn had no one between him and the basket and was just able to run down the court. And they were going to see Winnipeg, their second timeout. Definitely time to call it down by 14. You know, you were down by 7. You're already getting outscored now by 7 more to start this second half.
A little bit of a struggle here, and we did see a bit of frustration here from Hallie, slamming the ball down a little bit after calling timeout. So, emotions are running high a little bit here, and you got to try and calm that down a little bit. I know it's this is the first of 80, so that's going to be one of the big things to not worry about too much as we go ahead and get things picked back up. And now Kevin going for a mid-range, and it's good.
You had to lean into that a bit there, but able to get it up and over the defender.
And you're really going to need baskets like that to possibly open up the lanes just a little bit. As Cross saying, hey, we're bringing this back up to 15. Once again, the largest lead. We'll see if Montana tries to extend it here.
Well, and
right now, Winnipeg.
I was going to say, it's such a pain because, you know, Winnipeg, they're having to guard the 3. Oh, there we go. Good answer back from them. But Montana's hitting the 3 now, so you have to stretch the defense. That's just going to open the post play even more.
Yeah, it's going to be rough here in the void. Again, raining it downtown. It looks like it's raining buckets here in Montana. And the Howler crowd is nothing but pleased.
I mean, first game to start the year, and they're seeing their team almost up by, you know, they're up by 15 at the moment. And they're hitting the 3s finally. It was a little bit of a slow start, but they are all engines go now. A chance to push it even further here.
Yep, another miss there by Weatherby. So now the Howlers have a chance to try to extend into the biggest lead of the night. And right now, Blackbird going for 3, and it's gonna go down again. You have to call timeout here if you're Winnipeg, because this is getting out of hand.
Everyone can hit the 3 on Montana's starting rotation, and that is such a defensive nightmare. Roth is arguably the worst 3-point shooter on their starting rotation. So, you know, you're in a bit of trouble. But Winnipeg is not flinching. They're answering back with one of their own again and again.
And that this time it was Francois again, and you're going to have to rely on a couple of these guards. And Martineau able to get the quick steal. Now Kevin trying to get into the paint, mostly trying to look for drawing a foul, but instead this is out into the arc. Now Malka, another mid-ranger, not going to be good, but Leonard able to get the rebound. Great effort there from the rookie. And Baxter trying to get it again, but Martineau able to clean things up.
Yeah, Leonard's able to find a way to put on the board the rabbit, not the one you expect to come up with it, but smart move to dish it out to the perimeter. There was no way you could get a safe shot off with 2 defenders around you. And gonna elevate for the dunk, and another timeout from Winnipeg. as you know. Like I said, you're down by 15 still. You haven't given up too much ground, but it's bad.
Yeah, no, it's been really rough so far here for Winnipeg. They need to find some kind of answer to diminish the three ball here, because it has been lacking. But of course, also having to deal with a wide open lane as we saw from the last possession, and you need to make those baskets and not taking those very tough unnecessary shots here, as Garena trying to punish, but it's not going to be good this time.
And they're going to keep an eye on him now that he's back on the floor. They've kind of primed him. They've been hitting the three ball. It should open up the post even more for him, but great post play from Winnipeg there. As you see the field goal percentage, it's not that different. It's just Winnipeg has been getting outscored from three land and with the free throws.
Yeah, that's really been the big thing, is right now Dennis looking to try to get into the paint. We'll get the screen, and it's not going to be good. Some great defense there from Leonard. Let's see a quick pass over to Malka. So lots of passing here in the perimeter. And Weatherby trying to dunk it down, but somehow misses it. Hitting the backboard. And now Montana trying to get it back up to 15, and they will do just that with a quick dunk there again from Callum. And so far, the Howlers are doing a really good job trying to keep things at bay, but Winnipeg starting to find a little bit of a rhythm offensively, but then you're going to need a lot more than that to try and get back here into this, as they're down by 12.
Oh no, and the too much for the defense.
And
another lane open.
And that's the struggle here, because you do have Montana is looking to be probably one of the most flexible offensively in the league right now with this performance here, as Callum starting to find any open lane that he wants to go ahead and get those quick baskets in. Right now, Kevin will draw the foul here against Mark, and that'll be Mark's second personal of this game. And the first one does get a little bit of a lucky roll there.
I mean, they need every bit of luck right now. I mean, yeah, they can't seem to close this gap at all. And, 2 minutes left to go in this quarter. You kind of want to get back to where you were, at least to start the half, maybe?
Maybe, and we do get to see a quick miss here from the Howlers. Now Atwood comes over to Francois. Francois gets the screen. Ide going for three, and it's good. So we finally bring it back down to single digits. Winnipeg slowly but surely getting back in here, and we see a quick foul there on Winnipeg. So Swindon will go on the line for two. First one, not going to be good this time. And we see a lot of substitutions coming in on both sides. And Swindon will go ahead and get the second one down. So we will have the Howlers back up double digits by 10, 83-73 with under a minute and some change in 30. So now Buckley trying to answer back, but it's not going to be good, hitting the side of the rim.
That would have been big, and he hit it. Would have put him back to 7. And we'll get called for the foul. We're seeing a lot of argument here. I mean, I get, you're upset. You're making some progress, and then to give up a possible three-point play like that to McCartney.
Yep, and it's not going to be good there. So Toivonen did avoid it a little bit, as Martinu will go ahead and draw a foul on his own. And that'll be Swindon's first personal foul, and the crowd wasn't too pleased on that one, but it was pretty obvious.
I mean, You got to boo the refs if they call on your team, and then cheer the refs when they call it for your team. That's just how the world works.
Pretty much. Even if it is pretty clear as day, that you don't want to make it. You want to make it clear that, hey, you're on our court. The second one does not go down, so the Howlers will be up by 11, and Swindon making it back up to 13.
The pace is through the roof already. I mean, quick plays back and forth, but those free throws not going down might come back to haunt them later. And Martinu, wide open for me on the arc off the screen, wants to keep this a 10-point game or less.
Yeah, for sure, but they need to get a defensive stop here to possibly get a chance to bring this back down to where they started with, which was a 7-point deficit, maybe, depending on if they get a 3. But of course, they got to get a stop here first and foremost. And they will get the stop. Toivonen with the board. You can imagine Baxter is over to Lynn. Lots of passing here. Atwood going for 3. It's going to be in and out, but Toivonen gets the cleanup. And so at the end of the third quarter, with the heat being thrown out there, the Howlers will be up by 8, excuse me, by 8.
So a 1-point increase from their halftime lead. So, I mean, again, Winnipeg, you feel like the momentum was starting to slide back in their favor there at the end. They were down by 15 for quite a while, but they managed to get it back to 8. Now, can they actually, that's not how you want to start it with the turnover.
No, not at all. And Summers able to go ahead and get that back up to 10 points as they're go ahead and get that back into double digits, and that's not the start that you want to see if you're Winnipeg. And now I try to go for 3 and will make it rain. And they now find themselves only down by 7.
I mean, what adjustment would you make if you're the coach for Winnipeg? What gets you back in this game and gets you your first lead in, since the early first quarter?
I think one of the big things is try and do better with the help defense, because we're seeing a lot of these open lanes being offered here, and it's been a little bit lackluster here as Atwood goes again with a quick finger roll. But they are doing very well here offensively, as the Howlers are starting to cool down a little bit late in this game.
Well, I was going to say, they're leaving a lot of open looks still. They're just getting unlucky now as Gale missing that 3 there. And Buckley,
oh
my
my goodness,
can't hit one either wide open.
Nope. So, Howlers still up by 5. Summers dishing it to McCartney, and McCartney's able to go ahead and get it down. Great dish from the Kangaroo.
Well, I mean, he was kind of open for a 3, but felt the better play was down low in the post, and it worked out. Easy assist. And he's hit 2 threes already, not able to convert that one there. I mean, I don't want to say, you have to go through the 3-ball Winnipeg, but, that might be your best course to close this gap in a hurry. And getting turnovers also helps.
Yep. Bad pass there from Montana, and now Eric Toivonen is going to make them pay, and you better watch out. Because right now, if we get a stop here, Winnipeg could have a chance to bring it down to 1 possession, and of course, as I say that, McCartney makes sure that doesn't happen.
Well, the defense just got lost there. You saw McCartney was so open. It was an easy pass, no one between him and the basket. I said the defense has to come over and be a little bit more helpful.
Yeah, right now, Eric, again, playing a little bit of bully ball, will draw the foul against McCartney. That'll be McCartney's first personal of the game, and Toivonen has missed a couple in the free throw line. First one will be good. And now Weatherby does come back into the game, and Toivonen will make both this time. 93-88 so far, as we're about to hit the 9-minute mark here in the final quarter for this game. Howlers with the ball, with the lead. As Callum going for that mid-ranger. No good this time. And right now, Weatherby be able to slam it home. And honestly, I really do like the combination of Eric Toivonen and Jesse Weatherby coming in the late in the fourth. A lot of size here to try and clog things up a little bit. And we see another miss there for the Howlers. And Weatherby not able to get the mid-ranger to try to cut it down to 1. And Swindon wide open for 3, bringing this back to a 2-possession game, up by 6.
Well, I'd say she missed her last 2, but the rookie's not afraid to take the shot when wide open like that, and it finally falls for her. Buckley trying to answer back with one of his own. Can't get that to fall in the battle for the board. Rena going to be the one to come over top. And yeah, I agree, the size, especially with the mark on the floor, it's so important they shut him down. He's been a lot quieter this second half compared to the first.
Yeah, they need to find help defense, and they will get it there. This time Weatherby coming in to save the day. Now Eric trying to get into the paint, going right at Mark, but it's not going to be good this time. And now Swindon wide open for 3, no good.
Yeah, the little step back to create the space. Couldn't get the fall, though, rattled out. Such a small margin of error from the sidelines. You don't have any of the basket backboard to help you out. But Ide finds a look off the screen.
Woo!
Back within 3 with 7 minutes to go in this first game of the FBA season.
We really got a doozy here. Winnipeg finding a way to climb back into this and has the possibility to maybe tie this game or at least bring it down to only 1 point. We'll see what they do here in this possession.
I think they're going for another 3 to Ide
in this game.
It's Buckley they want, and
yep,
they do
and
tie
Buckley.
it.
Yes, Baxter Buckley going from one Canadian team to another, showing his skill. And a quick block there. And now Winnipeg looking for their first lead since the first quarter. It's Toivonen looking to possibly do that on his own and will draw the foul though against Mark, and that will be his 3rd personal. And we're actually going to see a timeout here from the Voyagers, which is very interesting.
I'm betting they want to discuss. I mean, they have 3 timeouts left, 6 minutes left to go. An opportunity to, hey, I want to talk now that we're back tied. This is what adjustment I want you guys to make.
Yeah, and here Toivonen not going to make the first one. We'll see if Eric will be making the second. He's not really done very well here on the line, but will make the second. So Winnipeg will get its first lead since the early goings of the first quarter. So Montana has to find a way to lock back in and try and get that lead right back, and they will do just that with Callum. With Callum doing what he does best.
I mean, 18 points. He had a rough start to the game, but he's picked it up as the game has gone on. And even though Ide, a 3-ball to push the lead back to Winnipeg's favor, they have been eating up off those screens on the perimeter to get open. And Ide has been so consistent tonight from beyond the arc.
For sure, and that's someone you're probably going to have to watch out here if you're the Howlers. But right now, the Howlers trying to find some kind of offensive move as Andy Roth will get the mid-ranger. So we're tied up a century apiece with under 5 minutes left.
See, I just want to forget the first 3 minutes of the game because there wasn't a game during that time. I did not expect us to break 100 this early with how the game started, but I'm glad to see both teams picked it up. We didn't have a snooze fest for the first game of the year as the Rook blocked on the way up.
Yeah, you're gonna take those as a rookie, as Andy Roth will draw the foul against Malka, and Malka would admit to that one, hearing a little bit of a sorry. And Andy will give Montana the lead right back with those 2 free throws as they're up 102-100. But now that Winnipeg is back into this, you can probably feel the Howlers getting a little bit worried. But great strip there from Blackburn as Callum hands it over to Andy, and Andy will get fouled pretty hard there by Buckley. So Andy will go on the line for 2.
With the game as close as it is, get as many charity stripe trips you can in. I mean, up by 4 here is not that big of a margin. They were up by 15 not that long ago, and we've seen that evaporate. And Buckley, that same play they've drawn up multiple times has gotten everyone open from that corner.
Yeah, that's kind of been the exposing here as Blackburn having no choice but to bring that back. Andy going for an alley-oop to Callum. And just like that, the Howlers bring the momentum back over to their favor, and the crowd is loving it.
Well, I don't even think he could see Callum behind the defender, but he just knew he was going to be where he needed to be. And nice little tip back from Weatherby off that miss. Keeps it close here. We have 3 minutes and some change left to go, and it's anyone's game still here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And right now, Lavoie handing over to Williamson. Williamson going for another dunk. Are you kidding me, man?
I mean, I guess he wants to, hand deliver the ball to the basket, like a good postman. What do they, well, I guess
Wallaby.
he's Australia. I don't know what they call him down there.
Well, the Wallaby is making sure that the paint is his home, but Martinu making sure that the arc is his home. The good boy, cutting it back down to 3. Right now, they've really got to be careful here, not trying to get an open lane, but Lavoie Williams trying to expose it with a pop, but no good this time. Buckley going for 3 again, and it's good. Baxter Buckley with a clutch gene.
Another 3. I mean, Winnipeg has relied on the 3 here to finish this game out, and it's got them back in this game completely. What Montana needs to do to shut this down is the question. And Blackburn hit the 3 earlier and dunking it now. Yeah,
but going into the paint does very well, but they got to be careful here as Malcolm goes for a mid-ranger and ties it right back up.
Both teams with 2 timeouts left each. I have to wonder when you want to call one.
I would imagine that probably won't get called until that minute mark gets passed, and we get a quick miss there as Malcolm gets the board. Winnipeg has a chance to possibly take this lead. And we see an interception there from Blackburn. Lavoie looking to try to finish this up, but will draw the foul against Buckley. That'll be the 3rd personal. And so Lavoie will go on the line for 2, but the first one is missed. Second one will be good though. So Montana with a 1-point lead. And this kind of feels like one of those games, Ryan, as Malcolm not able to get it down.
He wanted to go for a quick play, and a quick the other way, unfortunately, is Lavoie Williams puts it up by 3.
I feel like you're probably going to have to call timeout here if you're Winnipeg. And they decided not to do it here. And they decided to go ahead and rely on the Big Pangolin to try and cut it back down to 1.
I mean, it's all defense now, and you have to think they've been getting it in the paint, shut down the paint. You see ISO play, Callum can't get to convert. Winnipeg, a chance here.
And right now, Malcolm going straight high speed, and he won't get it down. And the Howlers will have to call timeout.
Of course, they go their veteran, the heart of the team, Malka, to get the basket. You see him celebrating on the sideline. 2 clutch baskets, now putting them up by 1. Now, here's the time management question. Winnipeg is guaranteed a shot. If you're Montana, do you try to shoot in the first 5 seconds to guarantee your own final shot?
I think so. I feel like that this is going to be one of those situations where you want to be able to try and get them an opportunity where they have to tie this here, and that's not going to be the case here as Callum dunks it back as the lead goes back over with the Wallaby, taking full-on control for the Howlers. And that was another timeout here.
Yeah, that was 100% on Callum. He wanted to take the ISO play, and he got to the basket in 5 seconds. So now they've left a situation where Winnipeg, no matter what you do, Montana should have the last shot. They're going back to Malka. Double team coming over, but no, it's too quick. Gosh. Malka 3 in a row to put them back up by 1.
So this is going to be very interesting to see as another timeout here for the Howlers. And I
So
believe that I don't think this is going to be an advanced one. I believe that they will have to still have it coming from
no,
the
it's
other
advanced.
side. It's advanced? Okay.
I think any timeout's the advanced timeout. Yeah, see,
Yep, you're right.
they're already brought up. Now the question is, do you burn the entire clock for the last shot, or do you take a quick shot? And I think they know the answer is Callum.
No, oh my goodness.
But you left 19 seconds on the clock. You've let Winnipeg have the option now to take the final shot.
I think they will here, as right now Winnipeg letting the clock run down.
It has to go to Malka. That's who you've been humped through.
And they will dish it over to Malka. Malka getting double teamed. Dish it over to Weatherby. Buckley, final shot. No good. The Howlers able to escape with the win at home.
That was,
oh my goodness,
far too close. Callum in the final quarter came through clutch.
Yeah, you can't really blame Callum turning on that clutch gene, as we've seen him do it over and over again here in Montana. And what a way to finish things off. Whew.
I mean,
it's just no answer there for Winnipeg when it comes to trying to deal with him with the drives he was able to make into the paint.
Yeah, I mean, I think they started getting a little afraid of fouling too much. And then on the other side, you know, Marnu, the big 8 of 14 from beyond the arc, absolutely lighting up from three-point land. Malka in the last couple possessions, and you saw the defense came over. They got the double team on him, so he had an open fur. It was just Jesse was the open fur, and Weatherby was way too far to do anything.
Yep, not much there, and having to force to dish it to Baxter to get that final shot, and it's not going to be good. But you got to give credit where credit is due here for Winnipeg. After being down quite big here in the second and third quarter for a good bit, finding a way to climb back into it and get that opportunity to possibly steal this one on the road.
Yeah, I mean, that was a far closer game than I expected when they were down by 15 for so long. I mean, Big C was 18, in fact, whereas on the other end, they barely had a 5-point lead. It's just they struggled in the paint, and then they started hitting the three, and then they, you know, started to try and defend three. Now, in the end of the day, Winnipeg had a far better perimeter shooting day.
Yes.
It's just the timing of when Montana hit their threes were just so painful.
Yeah, I think that I think having to be forced to go into the three ball as often as they did is not something that you would prefer in games like this, but it was on for them when it counted them the most, and you got to get credit where credit is due. A lot of the big name players that we usually get to expect to try and take over the game, they did just that. It's just that Callum was the one to go ahead and get the final dagger here in Montana. And what a great way to start this season.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Marcus, any final thoughts before we sign off for the night? I mean, it's been an awesome first game of the FBA season, and we have many, many more to go.
All I gotta see is that I'm very excited to see how things go here as we go ahead and shut things off. Now, of course, with things getting into the season, the next game that we're going to be going into will be in Baltimore as the Spirits goes up against the Mayors, and I'm very excited to see how that goes.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Another, you know, two teams that have had good success, but not necessarily final success as of late. See how they can match up early in the season. But, you know, tonight we had a great game. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you for that next game.
See ya.